ends meet. See, I want to be blessed. I don't want to be blessed. I want to be blessed to be a blessing. You see, I want to live my life in the overflow. I want to have more than enough. Check this out. Well, it's time for me to start to elevate. Been down too long, time to graduate. Mount up my wings like an eagle, you see. Turn all my dreams to reality. Ain't nothing on this earth gonna hold me back from my heart desires. He promised that if I have faith, if I believe, faith is size of a mustard seed. I want to be blessed, to be a blessing. Prosperous life, no more stressing. That won't know me from the moon to the sun. He'll keep blessing me in every session. I got to do something with this life you give. His plan for me, that's what I wanna live. As long as I got God on my side, the hater just gonna have to let me fly. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Oh yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? See, we got to speak that thing into existence. Because it gonna happen. You gotta believe it. In your heart, and in your mind, and in your soul.
Gotta believe it.
So you gotta repeat this after me.
Hey.
See what you say.
Hey.
So you can say
Hey.
what you heard.
Hey. 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 Hey, 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 hey.
Your blessings is on the way. That's when I come, that's when I go. Don't you want to live in the overflow? I want heaven in the overflow. Right here on earth.
Hey,
that's when I come, that's
hey,
when I go.
Hey,
don't you want to live in
hey,
the overflow?
Hey, 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 hey. Bless when I come. Bless when I go. Woo, woo, hey. What's up? What's up? Living in the overflow, baby. That's yours truly, baby. Living in the overflow. I don't know about y'all, but I want to be living in the overflow. I want more than enough. I want enough for me and enough for you. That's called living in the overflow right there, y'all. And welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. This is the only show where me, you, your mama, and your cousin too get to just come on and just chop it up. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome to Overflow. We want y'all to do one thing. Share this live to your favorite group, your favorite friend, or wherever you want to share it. Just please share it. Or we're going to start asking y'all to send us some cash out money. So please just share it, y'all. Share this app, y'all. We got a lot to chop up today, y'all. The mask mandate. Mask off. Mask off. Mask off. Mask off. Mask off. Had them dancing in the aisle on the plane. the pilot came on the plane and announced, y'all can take those masks off, man. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, they making a big mistake. The Democrats making a mistake. They appealing the ruling again. They appealing the ruling, which is a huge mistake. Don't do it. Don't do it, Biden. Don't do it. You're messing up, man. It's a losing cause, man. But anyway, y'all, we're going to talk about that. How y'all feel about these masks being able to come off in public areas? Are y'all ready to let it flow this year? Y'all taking those vacations that y'all always wanted to take? Are y'all going everywhere with the mask off? Or are you still taking precautions? Also, y'all, we're going to talk about the Atlanta Police Department got busted. Busted having a point incentive system. So what they do, y'all, they giving points for certain arrests and pull it up at your house and all that. All these things are points. They had an 8-point system. They couldn't come in without 8 points. You know what I'm saying? Went from some points were like 0.2 points. That's just a regular call come to your house. They didn't get enough of that. And y'all wonder why they were taking all day to get there. But the rest of Juvenile were 5 points. That means that half of the day right there. So y'all think this point system drove these cops to do certain things, you know what I'm saying, that they wouldn't ordinarily do? I think so. And our relationship question of the day, of the week, would you take a person seriously if they were dating multiple people? Can you put a lot of effort in that? You know what I'm saying? Or does it have to be exclusive dating for you to take that person serious? We're going to chop that up. To date, let's get my peeps up in this place. Like, man, what's up? You made it, huh?
What's up? Yeah.
Oh, man, you took
Yeah, man. This will be like it start tomorrow, but it is what it is.
It's a done deal, right?
Yeah, but I gotta.
Okay, tell you might have some fans out there. Tell them what's up, man. They're gonna miss you, man. You know.
Yeah, no, it's all good. No, I'm just starting a new venture, man. So y'all might not see me as much, but I'm still part of the crew. You know, we still overflow everyday people show. But yeah, I'm still here though. I'm still in effect.
Okay, man. Well, good to see you today, my brother.
44, man.
Boba Fett. That look like Boba Fett right there.
Well, no, this is the dude that put on his armor. He went back and got his armor. This Cobb. His name's Cobb.
Oh, okay. All right.
He was a sheriff. Yeah.
Queen Kirsten.
Hey, what's up?
What it do? Clean that lens off. Yeah, clean that lens.
I know. Let me clean it off. That's what. Let me clean.
That's what been the problem.
What's up?
What it do?
Working. So
yeah.
What's up? What
you doing? You got through working? You working from the house, from home now?
Yeah, I've been working from home. Yeah, I braid hair. That's what I do. So
okay, then what's up? You braid hair.
I'm selling the clothes. Yeah.
I'm about to come on and let you braid my hair.
I definitely need mine braided for real. How much you charge?
It depends on what you want. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I got very reasonable prices. I ain't,
Kirsten, he wasn't crochet. He wasn't crochet braids.
Oh yeah, I do crochet too. Yeah, I do crochet too.
He want no dookie braids. He want no dookie braids. they still do a dookie braid now.
Yeah, it depends. Like
it
depends on what you want.
That was like 90s right there.
But you know, Rob. You know what's Rob? What's crazy, man? I sent you what we should have been talking about. Well, the main thing that's buzzing now is the Wayne Wade son. That's the main topic. But I sent you.
That's for another day, right now.
Okay. What's up?
I think they've been chopped up enough. Everybody know who he is. Everybody know what he likes. So I don't even know why you're surprised. Y'all see him kissing the boy.
Now he displayed his relationship.
I mean, he already said he what he wanted to be.
No,
so why? So why are you surprised that he kissing the boy?
No, that's not a boy. It's a girl.
Oh, that's a girl?
Yeah, that's you don't know.
I thought it was another boy.
It's a girl that's going into a boy. She going.
Oh, okay then. Well, you know he's gonna be something like that, though.
No. Well, the girl is famous for selling those big bowls.
Oh, okay.
And she was a cheerleader.
Let me get my boy Foo off in this thing, man.
Oh wow.
Foo, what it do?
Okay.
Muted. Yeah, there you go. What's going on, homie?
Chilling.
You came in second, I heard.
Yep.
But I ain't know you was shooting like that, boy.
Well, you shooting, man.
I ain't know you was shooting like that now. I thought you was just out there playing around with it.
Nah, Fool ain't playing.
That's serious with it, man. What's going on, man?
To touch on what y'all just mentioned, Wayne Wade's son is a child. That other one is a child. That should not be shown on TV with them kissing. Social media, none of that shit. Honestly, that's damn near child pornography. If you really want to put it into perspective, forget about what they want to do. It should not be displayed, because if a grown man displayed that shit, they would be getting charges.
So it shouldn't be displayed because they gay or they
are children. They are children.
I mean, children kiss on TV in movies and
nah. We're talking about children.
Yeah, I know they're children.
The fact that they're children, they should not be showing that like that. Because once again, what I'm saying is, if there was a grown man and that was found on his computer, he would be locked up as a predator. That's my point. That's the part that people like going over.
I don't think no nudity was in that though, right?
Fam, you got to look up how the statute is when it comes to that. It's deep as fuck. But they let that pass with that one. But if it was somebody else, come on, yo. Nah.
Well, you know, I understand your sentiment on that issue, you know what I'm saying? But I think it was something he posted on his page or whatever. I didn't look too much into it because it's to be expected. You know
I don't want to no, it shouldn't be expected because they're children. That's the big picture that people got to talk about. And they have to really focus on is that children. That should not be expressed. Period.
Well, I think it was a boy and a heterosexual boy and a girl. I would think everybody would have glossed over. Just two kids. Ooh, look at those kids. That's so cute. You know what I'm saying? They're teenagers. You know what I'm saying?
What you have to understand is a slippery slope, because what happens when pedophiles start doing it and they say, well, if they did it, why can't I? That's the part, because they want to make it normal. No, it's not normal. You can't do that. Can I do that shit?
Well, I think it's a bit stretch to call it that. Right? It's a bit stretch, but I get the sentiment on it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we're gonna try to move on. We got a couple things we're gonna chop up. What y'all want to chop up for? I'm talking about this mass mandate.
Anybody else coming on?
No, Maine said he had his practice changed, so he'll be a little late.
And what about Ann?
And Ann say her daughter, she got to find somebody to keep the kid. So we gonna have to rock it.
Well, Kirsten, I want to come on first and say that I apologize that I wasn't on the show last week because I had some shit to do with family, and I heard about some clown that was on the show. And as a man on the show, you were supposed to be protected. All of y'all were supposed to be protected. So whoever that dude is, wherever you are, I pray you in Georgia. Since you have such a problem with disrespecting women, I will gladly meet you at any boxing gym and I will stomp a mud hole in your ass. If you in the comments, no problem. Like, say whatever you want to say. I will gladly give you my number, my address, and everything. I pray you live in Georgia. Let's meet at a boxing gym, get in the ring. I will fuck you up for what you did last week, and I'll leave it like that.
And to add to that, I also want to apologize too. I should have cut him off sooner than I did. You know what I'm saying? But you know, some people were saying keep him on. Some people said cut him off. I had the control to cut him off. I should have cut him off sooner. But that was that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it was just
Thank you, I appreciate it.
But on that situation though, fool, that he was irate. I had him kind of under control. If they would have just let me, he was going. He came irate, but he was.
There's no justifying
being all right.
There's no justifying it. Once he called any woman a bitch, period. No, there's no family. Don't justify it. Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, I understand that. It just it's something I can't explain. It's just how he was just a little inebriated too. He was inebriated.
I hope he's sober or drunk and get in the comments tonight, because I will gladly put on the glove.
We ain't gonna bring him in here, man.
I appreciate it.
We ain't gonna bring him in here though.
Huh?
Yeah.
BT, what's going on? What BT? What you unload your gun?
No, man. My phone stand.
I was saying, what BT packing over that out there in Texas?
Yeah, man. We might have to, because all this craziness going on. I might have to give a charisma and take some gun lessons.
Yeah.
Charisma don't know how to shoot, man.
Yeah, I don't know how to shoot, man.
Let's get on into the first topic, man. Let me put the video on. What y'all think about this? Y'all feel free now? Or y'all been feeling free?
I've been free.
Free.
I was mad.
Gander. She's also editor-at-large at Gander. Good to see you, Dr. Gander. Boy, help us sort this all out. There are a lot of people that are cheering, as you saw on the plane, saying it's about time. Still others are saying this makes no sense. What do you think? Is this a good idea to lift the mask at this time?
The CDC had delayed lifting of the mask mandate on public transportation, including airplanes, just for another 2 weeks. Right now, we're waiting to see how this new BA2 variant, this newer subvariant of Omicron, how that's going to play out across the country. And if it turns out to be pretty mild, the CDC was planning to let those mandates expire. I am concerned that we just don't have quite enough information yet, and another 2 weeks was really the appropriate cautious approach here.
And what about people that have, highly compromised immune systems? What does this mean for them?
We are now in a phase of the pandemic where we have put the onus entirely on those who are immunocompromised to protect themselves. That means that we need to make sure that they have access to high quality masks, the best masks possible. So that would mean either an N95 or a KN95. The other thing to remember here is that many immunocompromised people don't even know they're immunocompromised. Many Americans are obese and have type 2 diabetes, which causes a milder form of immunocompromise. And many Americans do not have primary care doctors, insurance, and so may not have that diagnosis and know that they should be taking extra precautions.
Listen, I know we're all sick of wearing a mask. I don't know anybody that likes to wear a mask. The other day I was on a plane. I tried to drink and forgot to have my mask on. That's how I've gotten to wearing it. But do you think that this ruling should be appealed, or should we all just move on, in your opinion?
Oh, shit.
The real question here is, what does this mean for the CDC's power to reimpose a mask mandate? Say if we have another big surge next fall or winter, or say we have another pandemic. And so I do think you are likely to see this decision appealed to preserve those CDC powers for that what if scenario.
And what do you think about a what if scenario? Because we're still not out of this. Don't you think there's still more to come with this pandemic and COVID in general?
Yeah, there's certainly more to come. We know that this is a virus that mutates. In fact, it's mutating very rapidly. We will see more variants, and we will see other pandemics after COVID. So I do think the idea of stripping ourselves of an essential tool in the toolbox is a really bad idea. I think we do need to have that option at our disposal if we do face another crisis.
All right, Dr. Celine Gander, we thank you very much. And please know, if you want to wear your mask, you can still do that. Thank you.
All right.
That has to be one of the funniest fucking videos I have ever seen in my goddamn life. That shit is comical.
Okay, you can go there, crack it up.
Because you have to laugh at this shit, because it's already been scientifically proven that a mask has never stopped anything.
Yeah.
Ever. This is science. This is multiple scientists saying the same exact thing. And I'm not a scientist, but here's a fact that I do know. Most people who got it were wearing a mask. It didn't stop anything. What the fuck was the point? Oh, it could prevent. No, it don't stop nothing.
Yes, seatbelts don't prevent death, and condoms don't prevent pregnancy.
You cannot compare the two. Please stop it.
It is the same thing, partner.
Please stop.
I hate to tell you.
Okay, so where's the mandates to wear seatbelts?
Every roadway in America.
No. They are not pretty much saying you can't do this if you don't wear a seatbelt.
Yeah, you're gonna get a ticket if you get pulled over without a seatbelt.
Once again, the way that they promoted it was totally different. That's why I said you cannot compare. You cannot.
Well, seatbelts is a state law.
Yes, every state in the union.
They were deboning. Okay, tell me when they said you can't get in your car if you don't put on the seatbelt. Tell me that. I wait.
Every state law.
I repeat.
Every federal highway law.
No.
You cannot have your vehicle on. Be operating a vehicle without a seatbelt in the front seat.
One second, Kirsten. Mm-hmm. This is my point of why you cannot compare.
Motorcycles.
If you don't wear a mask, you can't come into this establishment. If you don't put on a seatbelt, you can get in your motherfucking car. You cannot compare the two. That's the point. You can't compare the two.
Huh?
And
Go ahead, Kirsten.
No, I was gonna say, Charisma did say motorcycles don't have seatbelts, and also like
right, it's for automobiles.
Laws only apply to certain people. Like, right, and that's a whole nother.
Exactly.
Hold up.
Laws only apply to certain people.
I'm with both. I'm with both. I'm with BT and Food, but check this out. In pickup trucks, you can have up to 3 people in the front seat. They don't have to have a seatbelt.
I have an F-150, and I got 3 seatbelts up front.
Well, now I'm talking about the older trucks, like
the older ones. They don't. You're right.
They don't come with seat. You don't have to have. You ride in the back of a truck, you ain't got a seatbelt. Even if you have an accident, you know how they carry workers and stuff.
You're right. It's not against the law for you to ride in the back seat without a seatbelt.
Some states it is, but not all. That's
not like but let me say this too. The whole purpose, and this is one reason why I stopped watching news. And I see exactly what Food see, and I get it. It's because the whole purpose of it is to brainwash. And I touched on this like a little bit in my last couple posts when I like really started to know that brainwashing was actually real. Like when I really started to study psychology and how you influence certain people, most of that is done through the media. Like that's the first thing we gotta understand and understand as a people. And like us, a lot of people know this. Millionaires and billionaires is not riding around on their private jets with masks on and all that. They never wore masks. Never. It's only like the poverty level people that is conforming to these things. Like we gotta really look at the greater picture here, because a lot of things are happening and putting us up under certain spells. These are spells and rituals being played out. I don't know if y'all know, like this is what I see happening. Being a person in it is what it is. And then if you allow yourself to go into these things will take control over you.
Well,
I
feel that billionaires, they got their own plane. They can do what they want to do on their plane.
That's not federal. No, but you got to understand also, but Charisma, you also have to understand.
I agree with you.
Billionaires have a hand in what's being said on the media. That's the other difference. But here's what I'm going to say that I've been saying since the beginning of all of this shit. Getting the shot should have been requested, not required. Wearing a mask should have been requested, not required. That's different. Once they start flipping it and you got it, because this is me personally. As soon as all of this started, my mentality is, who the fuck do you think you talking to? I'm a grown-ass man. You're not going to tell me what to do with my body. I've been saying this shit from the beginning. So it really gets me, speaking to anybody who has children, how are you allowing people on TV how to dictate how you treat your children? Me seeing a family in the supermarket wearing masks, that makes no fucking sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. But like she said, when you People have to really get that the average person wants to be led. Then the powers that be also know we move based off of emotions. By us moving based off of emotions, they know the kind of power that they have. That's the reason why they don't want certain people to have a voice, and they shut that shit off. That's the reason why before all of this happened, you never hear the media say that they've put out disinformation or misinformation. They only put that shit on the people. That is a problem. That right there is a problem. And I stress again, it should be a matter of even and transparency across the board. If they can say we have misinformation, we should be able to say the same thing about you. What y'all probably haven't seen, there is a video out. I can send it to anybody that wants it. Of Fauci's ass coming out his face and saying, if you had the flu, once you something about the 2 weeks or whatever, you had the antibodies, you don't have to worry about anything. He said this years ago. That video is being expressed as misinformation now. So the people that y'all listening to, now they saying his shit was disinformation because he said it in the past. People don't see that. That's a problem. When you go against the agenda, boom, there it is.
Okay.
That's what you got to deal with.
Okay. Now, all right, the mask. Who has have we proven that the mask has hurt anyone?
Yes.
I mean, no,
Yes.
no, it hasn't.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
It hasn't hurt anyone. It doesn't
Yes.
hurt nobody.
I don't think it worked either way. I don't think it worked either way. I don't think it hurt people. I don't think it helped people. You know
if it didn't help you, if you don't think it helped you, that's fine. If people wear masks, let them do it. What the hell? They're not hurting. They're not hurting you. They're definitely not hurting you. I mean, what difference does it make?
But BT to food on defense, I think that what you kind of saying, it should have been something they recommended instead of mandating. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. It was only the mask is only a mandate like on federal transportation level. So like if you want to go flying somewhere and all that. Now other places now if a restaurant says you gotta have a mask, it's their business. That's what if they say you gotta wear a red hat, you gotta wear a red hat if you want to go there. I mean, that's their business.
They was made to do that though. They was made to do that. Like
the restaurant, no, they weren't. There are plenty of restaurants that never had mask mandates.
They were in certain states. They were made to do that.
You can't tell nobody in Texas to do nothing.
Some did, BT, but most of them who didn't was kind of like conservative leaning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I live in a suburb of Houston, Texas.
No, it depended on the state because in certain states they were made to do that. In states like California, New York, they were made to. You couldn't go in no public business if you didn't have on a mask or was vaccinated. That's how serious it was. They was made to do that. That was a part of law. Yes.
Only in private places that made people have vaccines and all that. There was no government mandate.
Yes, it was.
How come you don't have it? How come if there's a government mandate? How come you didn't get it?
In New Jersey.
Were you breaking the law?
In New Jersey, as far as that mask, there was stores that was debo you into doing it because
private stores.
If somebody came in from the state and they saw that they didn't have it, they were getting fined. That's why they were pushing it. That's why what you're saying is not true. And to play back about why it's important, why people should not be wearing those things over their faces, especially for a long period of time, is for two things. Number one, oxygen is amazing. Point blank, period, end of story. And the way that we function is actually having oxygen go in our body, but especially to our brains. Second, the other thing that people did not talk about is the fucking bacteria that's in those masks when you're wearing them shits all the time. There were a lot of people who were wearing them shits back to back to back to back to back, and they were having bacteria problems in their mouth. People were actually losing teeth. This is facts. Anybody can go look this up. And hell, you can smell your mask, you'll see that shit. So it was a lot to it that people didn't talk about. And I talked about this before. If anybody wants the actual proof, read this book right here. Go check for yourself. Go look for yourself. I'm not gonna sit there and just say some shit. Go look for yourself.
Okay, can I cut in real quick? I would like to say that I totally agree with you because I was just at the store and I actually had to take my mask off. I've been masking up like maybe over 90%. At some point, the ventilation, first of all, I don't like that. Second of all, God gonna protect me anyway. But what I'm saying is, yeah, that bacteria behind that mask, if you're not changing it out, you need to get a set of 20. If you're not changing it out, what's gonna happen is you're gonna inhabit more bacteria into your body. Agreed.
I'm just
all right. All right, but we know that there's millions of students that go to school, literally millions of teachers that are in this country that abide by the mask mandates all year long, these last 2 years, and for the most part, they're fine. You know what I'm saying? The mask isn't causing anything. They're fine.
I don't think everybody abiding by it.
I just don't think.
I think they're supposed to, but I don't think.
I don't think we just know the lasting effect of wearing the mask.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We just haven't seen any data saying, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, you know,
and I would say,
because I'm pretty sure there was a lot of bacteria in those masks.
Man, look, and here's the other thing.
But yet, sickness, cold, flu, sickness, all that went down.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
That's a fucking lie.
But let's also be real. Look how long it took them to get the vaccination up. I mean, be real.
Because we sanitize and we social distance. We sanitize social distance.
No. Flu numbers tanked because they was making everything COVID. Everything was being counted as COVID. That's the only reason why. Don't believe that what you see now. That's the only reason why they say the numbers went down because everything was being blamed on COVID. That's why.
But they didn't even know what the vaccination was.
Man, it's a lot of stuff, y'all. Listen.
The flu been at the all-time low 2 years in a row.
Exactly.
But it was COVID numbers. Man.
They was calling everything this. That's a lie.
Yeah, because COVID supposedly came out 2 years ago, and I ain't gonna even get into what I think COVID really is. But that's
conspiracy theory.
Rest in peace, DJ K. Slade. He battled it for 4 months. He lost his life. I mean, it's real. I'm
pretty sure he got that.
You can play with it if you want to.
I think it's real, but but a lot of stuff that they was giving people and telling them to do, it didn't affect it. It didn't make it better. It didn't stop it from doing what it's gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me tell you, it's real if you make it real. Exactly. It's real if you think it's real. If you think it's what it is, then it's real to you.
Bingo.
That's what I'm gonna say.
And I would say this too. For anybody out there, I've been saying this shit from the beginning. People have been getting sick since the beginning of time. People have been dying since the beginning of time. There has never been an instance where there was something like this where they forced some shit. It was bullshit. The other thing about this is you have to pay attention to how things are. Period. I'm just glad, I'm honestly and truly happy that it's happened. I don't think it's gonna last. I think it's probably gonna be about 2 weeks because it's an appeal. So it's probably gonna be about 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. I'm still not getting on no motherfucking plane. I'm good. I'm still shook to death. I can't take that chance. But
why you don't want to get on a plane?
Because a lot of those pilots got that shot, and I'm not getting on no plane. One of the motherfuckers die while they flying that plane. I'm good. Not gonna happen. I'm straight to do. Hell no. So
what about you?
Huh?
But fool, you got 4 people up there, fool.
And what that means? They mandated for pilots.
I think fool kind of over precautions on that.
Yeah.
I said this before. Let me explain this. I said this before, and I don't think people remember. The young lady who braids my hair, when all of this started and they start issuing those shots, her son was in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah, I remember the story.
He got in the car with his homeboy. They driving. All of a sudden, his boy starts throwing up and passes out behind the fucking wheel. The only thing that stopped him was a pole. Literally. Come to find out, his boy took that shot the day before. My mindset immediately went to, you might walk away from a car crash. You ain't walking away from no plane crash. I'm not fucking with no planes.
But you better not miss no Uber or no Lyft.
Did they know what he was doing before he threw up? Whatever, was he drinking? Was he?
Fam, I'm gonna say this again. He got the shot the day before.
I know, but he could have ate something that night.
Nah,
he could have.
He got hit by a bus. He could have been there. He could have been.
Man, 2 + 2 = 4. This shit don't equal 5. Nah.
I mean,
in other words, once again, and this is how this shit plays out. Everybody's body is different.
You're right. You're right about that.
Everybody had that reaction to it.
You're
I
right.
can't take that chance because, once again, anybody can go look this up. There have been multiple pilots who have had heart attacks while flying planes since they've administered this shot. This can go look this up. This is everywhere. You can go look this up. So for me, I don't want to take that chance.
Yeah, but the planes didn't crash, so they had heart attacks, but people didn't crash.
But once again, this is the reason why this is so important. When I put something out like this, I don't want it to be where I'm on the plane when it happens. I'm good. I'm not taking that chance because here's the whole thing. This is why I look at it like this. We know about predictive programming. We know about movies we've seen and all this other shit, how they put things in plain sight. Charisma would know, and more than likely Kirsten would know. How many movies have we seen where planes were falling out of the air?
Oh yeah, Left Behind. Left Behind. Yeah, I remember that. That was a dope one.
Okay. I'm good.
The Avengers, Infinity War. Yeah.
So that's just me. If I can't drive there, I'm not going.
Hello, what plane fell out of the sky?
I just want you to have faith over fear. Faith over fear. Don't let fear back you up from living life.
I can't trust that motherfucking pilot. I'm good. No.
Well, Fu said he's taking facts over fear.
Yeah, I get it, but I ain't gonna lie. I have flew a couple times too since the pandemic started, like 2. But I pray, like I command that, I get to where I'm going safely and stuff, and I ain't gonna wear my mask the whole time either.
Me too.
Like, I ain't gonna even lie.
Like, you took your mask off on the plane?
Huh?
You took your mask off on the plane?
I sure did when the flight attendants was wherever they was at after we took off. Yes, sir. And went to sleep.
Well,
I'm just
no tap on the shoulder.
It definitely.
I got up. Well, I got up and went to the bathroom, and they asked me to put it back on, but I did it and took it back off when I sat down.
Yeah,
I ain't get put up. Like I went.
Folk been fighting over that, man.
Yeah, they get crazy.
Yeah, I just hope you don't get no drama over that.
About me.
Well, she gonna have to have it now. So.
Don't worry about none of that because I'm well protected. Trust me.
God got us, girl. Come on, let's keep going. Let's go.
She don't. She don't have to wear it now. But the mistake Biden is doing that is he's appealing it, which I think is a huge political mistake. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of and it's not even political. I just think most people don't want the mask.
Yeah, I think most people are tired of it.
They're tired of it because they don't see the proof. The proof is not in the pudding.
But let me ask y'all something. A mask for me, only because I'm so deep on everything, and it's one of my, I gotta make myself stop seeing stuff so deep. But a mask is like covering your mouth, shutting you up, making you portray something you not, like all these different symbolism. All these different symbolism that I don't agree with. So that's why I don't wear it. Like I'll if you say if I have to in that moment, but I'm gonna still buck the system every time and take it out like I'm a rebel. That's just what I do.
So can I say something real quick to what you just said? I love what you just said because I was just in the store. I've been masking up maybe over 90%, but like today, I just decided to just rip the mask off and I said, God's gonna protect me anyway. End of the day, What I'm not gonna do is be in a little. It's like they're putting us in a box. It's a conspiracy theory. That's mine.
When the manager at the newest Publix they built over here on Fulton Industrial, whatever the hell. Come to find out, she from Newark like me. So she has said to me that when all of this started, and they were saying that you had to wear a mask and everything like that, I was at the register, and she said she heard them saying I needed to put on a mask, but then she said she heard me say I ain't putting on no motherfucking mask. Let me go ahead and get ready to get the hell out of here. When I talked to her, she was like, when I heard you say that, I figured that you was from Newark and from home and shit like that. So I was like, let me just leave him alone. But we ended up talking. But the thing about it is, it's a matter of people think that this just happened. The reason why it was lifted is because you have a lot of people out there that's saying no. They constantly push the agenda out there. What you don't see is the people that are pushing back. There's a reason behind all of this.
Think about Ebola. Think about that. Remember that? These different type of things that we've been through, and they keep putting us through that.
And let me bring this up too. That's important too. But in that video, she said a lot of people don't have health care and not going to the doctor. That's very true, because a lot of people are getting back to nature more than what we think. A lot of people are figuring out how to heal themselves naturally. So what do we need the doctor for? At this point, the healthcare system is very desperate. I like, and this is another thing, like they trying to get, they are desperate. People, even a lot of young women, they now breastfeeding. They not giving their children formula no more and all kind of stuff. Like a lot of people is getting back to the most natural thing. Like,
we still need doctors to diagnose. That's for sure.
No, we don't. You diagnose yourself.
But
let me tell you something. Hold on.
I ain't never been. I ain't never been to no med school. How am I gonna diagnose myself?
Let me tell you something. You know something going on with your body. That's why you feel the need to go to the doctor. That's part of the brainwashing. I feel like I need to go to the doctor. No, you sit there and you listen to your body. You know something is going on. All you
and
have
let me
to
tell
do,
you, I agree, but let me tell you something. Okay,
figure out what
I want to ping on that. I used to work for KP, and I'm telling you, it's a science, but it is not absolute. Let me tell you something. They do a lot of experiments and give you a lot of medication, and a lot of people got to figure it out. That is not complete. We need vitamin D. Black people need vitamin D. Get out in the sun.
Yes.
I want to say something based on what you said before I lose this part. He made such a great point by saying that so many people are going away from doctors and the medical system and pharmaceuticals and things like that. Here's the whole thing about it. When you find out the real science of what they put inside of you, it's going to elevate any ailment that you have. If it elevates any ailment that you have, you're going to have to depend more on the pharmaceutical companies.
Correct. It's a business. Correct.
That's why we've always said this. It is not the United States of America. We live in a corporation. Period. Everything is about money. Everything is about money. This is nothing that can be denied. You can go look this up. Hell, you yourself is a commodity. What people don't even understand. This is how deep this goes. I hate to go here because of the topic, but anytime a person dies, your employer gets paid because they have an insurance policy on you that you have no idea about. This is a fact. You can go find out, like, what the fuck? This is how this goes. And multiple people have insurance policies on you, and they get paid when people die. Mm-hmm. So people gotta get how deep this goes.
But you got holistic doctors out there that's that's detached themselves from the system. Those are good doctors to patronize. So I mean, I can't. I mean, if I'm having internal bleeding, or if I have an appendicitis, there's no way I'm gonna be able to heal that on my own. I gotta go to the emergency room, or I'm gonna die. That's
But they're
real.
far in between, like Dr. Simi. Listen, they're
real.
far in between. They taking out. So that, I mean, I can take that for a grain of salt.
So like if you're feeling a horrible shooting pain in your abdomen because your appendix gets inflamed, you gonna drink some tea? I mean, that's not gonna get it done.
You gonna stop and you gonna put your hand right there where you feeling it, and you gonna start to pray over it, and you gonna start to exercise your faith. That's the first thing you need to do.
All right.
Whatever else, there are way more things you can do after that to heal yourself. You ain't gotta depend on it. Ain't always been no medical system, BT. It ain't always been the medical system. Let me tell you, but please, let's go back 10,000 years before slavery. How you think people healed themselves and wounds, and soldiers got hurt in battle and all that? How you think they went to the Big Mama in Big Mama with her herbs and everything else?
Serum.
They lived 80 years. They lived 40 years.
Over you, chanted songs and chanted all her magic over you. Let me tell you,
they live 80 years. They live 40 years.
Listen, even the medical industry now uses magic. Like, do y'all know the symbol? The two snakes climbing up the thing, the caduceus? Like, y'all better go research that symbol.
That's Egyptian.
I ain't know to teach nobody, but
that's
y'all better, hey.
Tell them, Charisma.
All right, so well, anyway, y'all, you want to wear your mask, you can wear your mask. You don't want a mask, take it off. You ain't got to worry about nobody telling you can't come in, you can't go there.
Let me say this.
Do it how you feel like you have to do.
Yeah, so fool, you ain't never been to court or nothing. You never been no place where you had to wear a mask in the last 2 years.
Ooh.
You fool.
I'm up the system. I told him get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, Foo get beat up in the voting line, man.
And cool, you out your motherfucking mind. And the last thing I say for anybody out there who still wears a mask, when you walk up to somebody who doesn't have one on and you adjust it like this, that ain't stopping nothing. So what the fuck? That shit kill me when motherfuckers want to. Motherfucker, please.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Everybody I see do the same shit. I'm like, they adjusting it for what? You do realize that it's still air coming right here out the side. So anything can get through, and the shit is so minuscule, it's going to get through the body of this shit anyway, so it doesn't matter. If you ain't walking around one of them damn suits, like them radiation suits, it didn't matter. The fuck? Made no sense. But all right, I'm good. I ended like that.
All right, let's move on to this APD Police Department point system. They've been working on everybody, man.
Years witnessed the increasingly deadly encounters inherent with traffic stops. I'm scared. No longer routine, stops have led to hundreds of deaths nationwide, shattering lives on both sides. So why are Atlanta's police officers being incentivized to pull over more drivers?
At the top left, you'll see where it says target goals are based on active credits accumulated per day worked, meaning that I have to have 8 points a day.
This former Atlanta police officer, who would only talk with us if we hid their identity, says officers are awarded credits or points based on their actions each shift. Writing a traffic ticket, for example, gets APD officers 1.5 points, while a felony or juvenile arrest is worth 5 points. Meanwhile, calls for service, which include 911 calls, are only worth 1/4 point.
Does this system encourage officers to do police work that earns them more points?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes, because I might decide to sit somewhere in a cut and wait for somebody to glide through stop signs, especially a stop sign that I know people are definitely going to miss. I'll sit there and wait for that for my points. I'm not going to lie. If I think the person has the finances to pay for it, I will stack those tickets.
To some, the policy amounts to a reward system, targeting the public as trophies.
I am really critical of
volume traffic stops.
I don't like it. I think it's ridiculous.
But Deputy Chief Darren Sherbaum defends APD's evaluation system as a way to measure officer productivity.
The values that are assigned are to reflect the time of service that it takes for that officer to meet the task.
He says points are based on effort and work. Traffic stops are fairly quick, so they're worth less points than juvenile arrests, which take up more time.
So when you see that, that is a fair reflection of how much time is an officer out of service for those functions.
APD insists that officers are not penalized based on their point totals.
That's why they consider a performance sheet, because we have to go by this in order to keep our jobs pretty much.
But this former officer, as well as two current officers who did not want to be identified, fearing retaliation, reiterated that officers are often placed in undesirable zones or assigned undesirable shifts if they don't score enough points. And just last month, a Zone 4 major sent this email to his officers, praising the evening watch for, quote, going from 85 stops in week 1 to 180 stops in week 2, and shaming the morning watch, who, quote, finished last with a disappointing 112 stops. Our investigation also found officers who met their target goals received comments like highly satisfactory, while those who did not received remarks like unacceptable. And point totals are not hidden in personnel files. The officers we spoke with say they're posted in precincts like scorecards.
Why would you post this for all officers to see if officers weren't being penalized?
So I cannot speak to the posting in police facilities. We have a number of police facilities. I wouldn't say it's accurate to say it's posted at every one, but I can't speak to what may be occurring there. Our goal is to know when that patrol car leaves the precinct that day, is it serving your community?
And this is not the first time
Hell
APD's
no.
system has been called into question. In 2020, former Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms created a Use of Force Advisory Council and tasked them with issuing recommendations to improve policing in the city. Among those recommendations, eliminating performance evaluation systems and disciplinary actions that incentivize officers to make unnecessary arrests.
Is it some arbitrary system?
Tiffany Roberts served as co-chair on that council.
It's pretty clear that if you say that officers have to have 8 points a day in order to have a satisfactory mark and you punish them if they don't, you're telling them they have to arrest people so that they're not incentivized to divert cases.
APD went on to tell me that they've recently created another performance evaluation chart that does award points to officers who use policing alternatives. But officers we spoke with say they've yet to see that updated chart in their precincts. Regardless, something they call putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
No officer should be punished for not meeting this 8-point average goal a day. No officer should be punished for that.
So CBS 46 Investigates wanted to know, are performance evaluation systems the norm in policing? Well, we reached out to police departments across the country, and none of these agencies reported having similar programs in place. To take a closer look at our investigation, you can head to cbs46.com.
I just want to say this.
I got something to say too.
I think, and I'm just gonna give this background just in case y'all don't know. I think that this is just an unveiling. Like everything is definitely happening for a reason. And this right here, this being exposed, I feel like is a great thing. Because I think that now officers will really probably start to research the job that they signed up for. Because if y'all don't know, the original police officers were slave catchers.
That's right. That's right.
And if most people knew that, we wouldn't probably even have a police force today. But I think it's great that a lot of information is coming to the surface so people can really dig deep and know the real meaning of things and research it for themselves.
Hey,
So,
Kirsten. Oh, go ahead.
no, you good. You good. Let's go.
I'm glad you said that. Boy, I'm so glad you said that because I give it to them police. I give it to them every time, man. See, let me tell you something. I don't never catch some kind of cops. For some reason, I don't catch some cops to be doing people wrong, man. because I hit them with their own history, and they don't know their own history. They don't know. Them folks don't know their history, man. They just working for us, and we paying their salary, and they trying to get a check. They don't know the truth.
I don't think they working for us. I think they working for them. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I don't
they need to be thinking they work for us.
That's where the disconnect is. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know if a lot of you watch them, but I love watching the auditor videos like on YouTube and on Facebook where these people are going to places and they're calling out pretty much cops because they don't know the law. Like they like that's the whole thing. When if you walking down the street, if you're walking down the street and no, I'm not gonna use that one. If I'm in the car with Charisma and Charisma's driving, and then they pull us over and they ask me for my ID and I'm the passenger, I'm not entitled to give my motherfucking ID. They can say whatever they want. In order for you to show your ID, you have to have committed a crime.
Facts.
Yeah, but you inclined to give it to him because you just want to you trying to move on. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no problem.
But once again,
I understand. I understand what you're saying, fool. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to do it.
But no. 9 times out of 10, somebody else going to do it. Not this one over here. What I'm saying is, people need to understand and know the law. People need to also. They are always recording their interactions with law enforcement because what I've seen on a lot of these tapes is cops wear body cams. There's a button on there to turn the sound off.
Yeah.
So the actual video may be there, but you don't hear the conversations they having behind the scenes. You don't hear the conversation between them and the person that they pulled over or they harassing and things like that. That's why you have to have your record. Say another great example. When they got those what they call them stops or whatever, them DUI checks and all that shit, those are illegal. Period. The same way when you get a camera ticket in the mail, the 6th Amendment allows for you to see your accuser in court or however that shit is.
Right, I know what you're talking about.
So in other words, you can't approach a camera. A camera's not a person. Camera tickets are illegal.
Yeah.
People don't know this because they just think they always have to comply. Hell no. Get the fuck out of here. Bottom line is you have a lot of cops out there. They got the fucking Napoleon syndrome. They got that ego shit, this, that, whatever. They think they have authority over you. No, motherfucker, I pay your salary. Get the fuck out my face.
All right. That's real, but Philando Castile knew the law. He followed the law, and he still got 7 bullets in his chest. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is get home safe and then file a complaint afterwards if they're doing some bullshit.
There was a point in a brainwashing. Let me ask y'all, when the last time y'all seen a story like that? Those stories were put out in a period of time for a reason. Like from a set year to a set year. Yeah. Now it's COVID. Since COVID, you ain't really seen like nothing like that. It's the reason why, and that's why I be talking about brainwashing. That's why I had to stop because let me tell you, the story with Sandra Bland had got me so upset. But when I started to look more into it and find crazy shit, I was like, oh no, you gotta detach from this. I had to like that's when I started to detach from news. When what happened with Sandra Bland, I'm telling you, that changed my life forever. Even if she was a real person, if she wasn't or whatever, if like whatever happened, like, but that changed my life forever. Cause then I started to see stuff so differently. Like I started to research and go deep. Like that was the turning point for me, and I really started to understand and know that a lot of stuff is created and made up that's put out on news, and we get so emotional. Like we are very emotional people, and you know what happened when our emotions, let me tell you, we got a frequency, and our emotions with everybody on a certain emotional frequency, especially highly you melanated people, we shifts happen, things start to happen in the universe. Like, this is a fact. This why you need to know who you are. That's what I mean when I say that, about knowing who you are. And when they get you like that, that's the control. That's them controlling you to have things to work in their favor. Now, when you take your power back, things work in your favor.
Let me touch on. I got something to say. Let me touch on two things. Number one, before he shifted to this topic, I talked about this being we live in a corporation. Notice what's in that thing. It says incentivizing, showing you that it's not about cleaning up the streets. No, it's about people getting fucking paid. And then when you think about the 5.0 point, whatever it is for juvenile arrest, didn't all of a sudden the cops start fucking with the kids selling water? Think about that shit. Now, here's the other thing based on what Kirsten just said about,
and one of them got killed. That changed.
Think about this based on what Kirsten said about the frequency. I went to both Million Man marches. At that first Million Man march, I can't explain the energy that was out there. That shit was so powerful. And we talking about an era where if a motherfucker stepped on your sneakers, it's going to be a problem. It was over 1 million of us out there and not a sniff of an incident. Not a sniff. It was so much love out there. It was ridiculous. So people got to understand, there's a reason why they keep pitting people against each other. It's a reason for that. Love is so fucking powerful. Communication is so powerful when you on the same wavelength. When you can be with somebody and y'all just hugging each other, but you feel what's around, they don't want that. That's why they want to break up, especially our families. You got to just, like people got to really understand how deep this shit really goes. When you think about us and the way our culture is, we are side by side with our women. When you think about the other culture, they want to silence their women. And most of them in that particular culture, they want to be women. And when I say that, I'm talking about go look at the statues over in Europe. It's right there for you when you see certain things. So we got to understand how deep this shit goes and to really, really understand, understand, and overstand. You have to wake up. If you don't wake up and you just keep going with the flow of how shit is going, it's going to be bad, yo. It's really, really going to be bad. And one of the greatest examples is The Walking Dead. If people really understood how powerful The Walking Dead is, and I say that because most people look at it, oh my God, it's another zombie shit, this, that, whatever. You have people fighting zombies.
That was a dead head, though.
But they fight more with people who want their shit.
Listen.
That's the whole thing. Most people who want their shit, they were not prepared for what's going down.
Yeah, but that's happening now, fool. That's happening now.
See, they was void of law enforcement.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? They was void of law enforcement.
Go ahead, Charisma.
Now, I was just gonna say, man, yeah, that's the thing with the law, man. If you know your law, you can fight it, and you can walk right out with no problems, and you can put them police to shame, man. I've done it, and me and Rob just talked about this. We just got together this week talking about how they use.
Go ahead, BT.
He in the matrix.
All right, man. Okay. All right, the police. The answer to this is community policing, man.
My signal bad, man. I don't know. It's just
you went in the matrix, man.
Yeah, I got a new router, but it's not picking up right. I gotta check on it again. So
you didn't need a new router. You should have get your old one back up.
Well, I mean, it's just I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I'm gonna try to say this fast. But like when they try to
look, you got that 5G router.
Yeah, real funny. We had he funny. We had an argument about that too this week. But anyway, it's just like when they ask you about that ID mandate. You know, they talk about police go around talking about, can I get your ID? Remember they used to do that. You don't have to get them. If you don't have, you don't have to. But if you got $5 of per diem in your pocket, that's federal. At least you got that. They can't mess with you. You know what I'm saying? People don't know that though. You know what I mean? They don't know about the per diem law. When you walk around, if you don't have ID, if you have per diem, they can't really fool with you because you probably could have been working for somebody, but that doesn't mean you illegal or nothing like that. It's just that you work, you have a piece of paper that's mandating to say that it's federal and you live on this, you in this area, live from this area, or you from this area, whatever, or you've been working for somebody that's legal. You know what I mean? And the thing is about the other thing about the law is I had a situation one night where I was waiting on somebody to pick me up, and the city parks in Atlanta close at 11 o'clock. I don't know if y'all know that. I don't know, but when I got to the park, it was a cop already up there, a white cop. He was sitting in his car. He was on the other side of the park, but I could see him walking up the street. If I walked past my park, he was sitting at the hill in his car. So he was about to come down the hill where I was sitting at the park, waiting on my ride. I was under a light too, like a street light, waiting on my ride. Of course, he saw me, bagged up, and pulled into the park. So he got out the car. He waited for a second, and when he pulled in, he waited for like 10 minutes. Got out the car, walked over to me, and gave me a ticket. And I was sitting there like, "What's this for?" And I already told him, I said, "Look, man, I'm not loitering or nothing. I'm just waiting on my ride. She'll be here in a minute."
You signed it?
Huh?
You signed the ticket?
I didn't sign nothing. The old boy was with me too, Black, the one that died. Black we talking about? He was with me too. So he got a ticket too. So I told the cop like this. He sat in the car. He called another cop. It was a black cop came in.
What was the ticket before?
Sitting at the park after 11 o'clock. But I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you how I got out of that because I'm raw with it. He called the black cop in. Black cop came and started making jokes. I was like, you know what? I'll see y'all in court tomorrow. That's all I said. Got to court. Black was with me. Black was scared. Man, we're gonna go to jail. I said, man, just be cool. I got this. Judge called me up there. He said, Mr. Keith, he said, because it was a dude that had the same ticket. They put him they took him straight to the back, put the handcuffs on him, took him to the back. But he was a homeless guy. So I was dressed up, ready for court, whatever. Got up there, the judge said, Mr. Keith, why I called, why you up here, you in violation of this code and blah blah blah. You was at City Park after this. I said, yeah, I understand that, Your Honor. He said, so how did you plead? I said, I plead not guilty. The cop was there too. I wanted him to be there because, like you said, I wanted my accuser to be in my face because I wanted to. I was waiting on him. Black said, I said, Judge, I said, you also know that I can be within 30 to 60 feet within the park's parameter after 6 o'clock if I'm from that neighborhood, because I live in that neighborhood, or if I'm walking across the park to go to the other side to catch a bus, or I'm walking my dog and happen to run in there to use the bathroom and I run back out, like I'm just, in the area. But this is how I got him. I was walking on the sidewalk of the park and I was sitting on the side where it's a mini wall, a brick wall. My feet wasn't on the side of the park where you enter the park. It was on the side where you can walk on the street as a pedestrian. You get what I'm saying? Even though I was sitting on the wall that separates the park from the street, I was still on my side of the street where my feet was sitting at, where you can walk. An average pedestrian can just walk there. You can't get in trouble for that. When I hit him with that shit, and I gave him the measurements of how far you could be within the parameter of the park at a certain time of night, that judge told me to get out and then say that he was so mad he told me to leave straight up. That I ain't have to pay nothing. And Black was freed too.
But you know what? Now that you know this, they probably needed 0.5 points to finish their 8 points.
Yeah,
and that what it was.
All right, Rob, that's a great segue. I'm okay with the points. I don't give a damn. The problem is the mandatory points that you have to get. This is what they should have. Those juvenile arrests, tickets, those should be negative interactions with the public. They should also have to have points for positive interactions with the couple. How many times did you go into the barber shop on Peachtree? How many times did you go to such and such? Did you interact with these kids at the community center? Did you interact with them at the park, at the ballpark? Did you go to the school, to the football game, and interact with people there? Those are positive reactions. So when at the end of the day, they balance, they scale, they negatives and they positive. They should they positive should outweigh the negatives. And if they and by the end of the week or the quarter or the month, their negatives are outweighing their positives, that's when their negatives outweighing their positives, then they should be reprimanded.
That's how they try to get me.
The other thing I'm gonna say to that, based on what he just said is, if you're gonna be a police officer in any particular city, you have to live in the city.
Yeah, and give a damn about where you patrol.
You should not be working downtown Atlanta and living in motherfucking
Latonia,
Conyers or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, if you live in the area, whatever you patrol, you have to physically live there, because that will promote community policing.
Absolutely.
Like that needs to be like
we did.
That needs to be mandatory. And I say that because how can and I use the greatest example, me being up in Jersey. And knock on wood, I will say living down here for me has been amazing because I don't get harassed. Living in Jersey, I didn't get harassed by white cops. I got harassed by people who look like me and Spanish cats. So the fact of the matter is, when it was white cops, those white cops don't live in Newark. They don't live in East Orange. They don't understand that shit. They live somewhere else. So they come to the hood to regulate.
Yeah.
Orders and shit like that. Nah, it don't work like that. But once again, like Charisma said, we talked about community policing before. It needs to be more people involved in their own community, so you got to worry about that shit.
We did it.
It used to be, because there is no financial incentive for community policing. You just taking care of your motherfucking community. Somebody do something wrong, you get fucked up. Period. You want to fight and all that other shit? That's why take that shit to the boxing gym. You want to fight? Go do that shit in the street. Go straight to the boxing gym.
Something else I picked on what that cop said is they was when they didn't get the score they needed, they were sent to less desirable places. I mean, what? Yeah. I mean, you're a cop. What the hell you mean less desirable places? You're a cop. You should want to go everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So basically what he's saying, they'd rather be in Buckhead, but they didn't want to be getting sent to Bankhead. You know what I'm saying? That's like I picked up on that. You know what I'm saying? Because he said they were sent to less desirable places. What is a less desirable place for a cop?
But Rob, they're doing that in Bankhead Court. You know how West Side and all them coming down there.
But yeah, but the cops say apparently the cops say they was getting points not to be sent to those areas. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to patrol areas like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess saying with a lot of black folks.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I think, and that could also mean too, like being security at churches and what other places cops be at security. They be at
that's most of those cops are off duty. Most of those are off duty cops, and they're just making side money when they do that.
Yeah, side money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I mean, Fu is 1,000% right. They should probably make people, especially in major metropolitan cities, that have X amount of people. They should make the cops live there. I don't care. I mean, give the cops an incentive to live there. You know, whether it's a stipend on their rent or whatever.
Fuck no.
Make sure. I mean, that ain't gonna come from us. It ain't gonna come from us.
But to the cops' defense. Now,
ain't no defense for them.
Now, what I'm saying, do you want to live in a neighborhood while you policing these days?
But see,
come on now.
No, but this
is be real with it. Now we gotta be real with it too.
No, this is the whole point. If you don't want to live there, don't be a fucking cop there. That's the whole point. Fuck that. If you want to go live in Buckhead, however that shit goes, then you need to make sure. But see, Atlanta's different because Atlanta's so broad as far as like the way they separate the cities and shit like that. I mean, you do see like a Sandy Springs cop, Douglasville cop, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But what I'm saying is you should not be able to be a cop if you I would use what's up, Bella?
What's up, Bella?
If you use Conyers, Covington, or whatever.
You okay, Bella?
I like to use Jersey. I like to use Jersey for an example. Bergen County is like the richest county in Jersey or whatever. And after your third year, you're making 6 figures being a cop. So if you're making 6 figures being a cop, you shouldn't be patrolling Newark. You get what I'm saying? That's the way this shit should be. Like, you should not be able to pick and choose like that. If you're going to be a policeman, law enforcement, you need to be enforcing laws where you live, because that allows you to get to know the community or whatever. So it's not always hostile when the cops come. That's the problem.
Guess what? And fool, you
but now you got to arrest guys in your own community. So and I don't think a lot of guys, I don't think a lot of cops want to. But as a cop, you don't want no problem. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this, Rob. Let me say this to you, and I'm saying this because I have a criminal justice degree from Rutgers. This is one of the main things I learned in class I will never forget. When it comes to the criminal justice system, the word that seems to be forgotten is discretion. Period. When you get pulled over, a cop does not have to give you a ticket. When you go to court, a judge does not have to convict you. When you go to court, the prosecutor, all that shit, they can let all of that shit go because it's about relationships. So what happens is these law enforcement officers abuse discretion.
Thank you.
What was my man name? What's my man name that got choked with the cigarettes in New York? What's his name?
Alton Sterling.
Michael.
Sterling.
Eric Gardner.
Eric Gardner.
Okay.
Gardner. Eric Gardner had cigarettes and got choked out, and was an illegal chokehold was used on him. Where was the discretion for that? That's that's what I mean. Y'all go ahead. I gotta take this.
Right. There's no discretion for George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand exactly what he's saying. But yeah, community. I mean, when you're in your neighborhood and the people know you, there's gonna be less crime if you're there, if you're present, if you're accountable. There's gonna be less crime. So there's not gonna be a lot of arresting your own people going on. If it is, it'll probably be because of a domestic situation. Yeah, you got to go to jail. I mean, it is what it is.
But I don't think I want to be a cop policing in my own community. I don't know about y'all, but you know what I'm saying? That ain't happening, bro.
Yeah.
And I think y'all thinking about like back in the days, you know what I'm saying? When a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying, crazy crime going on.
Nah, but fool right about the discretion, bro. Because when I told you when my ex went crazy out there at Atlantic Station and that white racist ass cop came, I don't want to use the word racist.
Who went crazy?
Hater. Race hater. I don't want to use racist. Race hater. That ugly ass punk ass cop, Officer Barr. Every cop in Atlanta know about Officer Barr. That white ass cop with them glasses. He a freaking racist. Race hater. Him and that white lady drive that punk ass paddy wagon, and that black dude that came with that black ass punk ass cop here too. All them. Yeah.
Now you see what I'm saying? Now who gonna be a cop living next to you?
Now
you know what I'm saying?
Officer Barr was gonna let everything fly until my ex cussed him out, right? That's what I'm saying. He practiced discretion, but he tried to it's like he could have let that shit just rock out. You know what I mean? But instead he went so far to the point where he harassed her, even though I know she was in the wrong, but he was like, damn, you was something like that, and this your girl, and you know, I mean, he was just going in, and they told her car, it was a new car. I mean, it was bad. Then the black cop come to him out, oh, y'all going, you don't need no backpack. I'm talking about the black cop was even worse than Officer Barr. Then he go to white chick. The white cop pull up the white chick. Oh, here go Officer Barr. Oh, he don't have no crack pipe or nothing on him. I'm like, what the fuck that mean?
Did anybody get arrested?
You see what I'm saying? He talking about like using crack jokes and see what I'm saying? Shit like that. I'm like, what is dude? What's up with this cat, man? So it's just like, bro.
They trying to get them 5 points, man.
And it's stupid and it's dumb. That's why every cop know Officer Barr know he was a race hating ass, racist ass cop. I asked everybody. Every time I seen that dude in the city, I gave it to him every time, and I hunted his ass like a ghost. Every time I see him, I hunt him, bro. I want to
Hold on, Bell, in case you missed it, we talking about the Atlanta Police Department point system that they've been using.
I hope you're watching, punk ass sucker.
I'm just listening.
I want to put this out there for people, and I think it'll help kind of put things into perspective. I'm 45 years old. The one thing I remember about like when you're a child is teachers became teachers because they loved children. Nurses became nurses because they loved helping people. Usually a cop became a cop because they thought they could make a difference. That shit.
Or they were bullied when they were kids.
Yeah, that shit shifted so hard because now nurses become nurses for the money. Depending on where you are as far as a cop, like I said, it depends on where you are. A lot of cops, they do that shit because they were picked on as kids, this, that, whatever. They see it as authority, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And teachers are fed up because they overwork. So we shifted away from people doing things because they actually had a passion for it. That's the kind of shit that people kind of go back. They have to go back to. But everything has been monetized in this fucking country. Everything has been monetized. So with everything being monetized, you start to look at things differently. The one thing I can always say about me is I have never been driven by money. That's not my intention. I do a lot of shit out the kindness of my heart. You ain't got to pay me to do that shit. I got you. It is what it is. But a lot of people aren't like that. Like so many things have become transactional. What we have to understand is a bartering system is different than some transaction shit. A bartering system is I got something you want, you got something I want, let's exchange. Now it turns into if you don't have that, I can't fuck with you. If you ain't got this, I can't fuck with you. I just be looking like, what the fuck? It just doesn't make any sense. The balance is gone. And when you do something like this, as far as giving people this type of an incentive, what happens when those people are driven by money? If they driven by money, they don't want 8 points. They want 80. They're going to go out there and be a terror in the community. That's a problem. Because the one thing that we do not want, and you never want, is a disconnect between the people and the police. Because if there's a disconnect, what people fail to realize is there's more of us than them. So if the shit really went down, it's not going to be good. Because the numbers aren't there in their favor. And it's always going to be like that. So to get past that shit, it has to be communication. And I'm gonna give a shout out to my peoples. Anybody out there, especially if you have children. A friend of mine is a criminal defense attorney in Chicago. Her name is April Prayer. She created a board game that teaches kids how to interact with cops. She's been on the news, all types of shit. This game needs to be in the curriculum of schools. This game needs to be in everybody's household because it can save somebody's life. And the greatest example I would give is you got Kirsten who has a young child. What if she's playing that game with her young child and that young child is in the car with their father and the cops pull him over? Father getting mad. The baby gonna be like, no, daddy, remember when we played the game? Do this. That baby could save their fucking father's life based on a game. This is the type of shit that we have to move towards. Because that's how this shit is. She just made a post on Facebook and she put the quote. A 21-year-old said, oh shit, it's this easy? Yeah, it is. But you have to know what you're talking about. You have to understand that shit. So I advise everybody, go get that goddamn game.
But you know what I don't like, fool? You know one thing I don't like? I agree with all that, bro. I agree with all that 100%, right? This why I've been the curve, because I'm a straight up Che Guevara. Listen, why do I have to, in order to apply to the police that's supposed to be protecting me, I gotta be a certain way to him in order for him not to harm me when he's supposed to be protecting and serving me? It shouldn't be. He should come to me more like, hey, you good? You know, if you pull me, you all right? You need some water? You need something? You know what I'm saying? He should be more.
That what Food just said. Their approach it as it's about the money. It's not about serving the community. It's about giving the money.
That's my approach. That's what.
No. But see,
that's how I talk to them. I come to them like that.
No, but charisma. Here's the reason why it's such a disconnect. It is a policeman's job to protect property.
I understand that.
Being that it's like that, unless you have a cop who thinks like me, who thinks like Kirsten, who thinks like you, that's the problem. And this ain't even a good cop, bad cop type of thing. This is when the right people become cops. That's the whole thing, because that's where the shit gets tough. And it's really tough for somebody who goes in the right way. Because I tell you, I thought about becoming a cop when I was in Jersey. But the thing with me was I knew where I would stand in that particular clique. Ain't no fucking blue line. If I see you doing something wrong, I'm telling. Fuck that. I'm going to stop that shit. But when you do that in that type of fraternity, now you're an outcast.
Yeah, nobody want to partner with you.
This shit is, it's dangerous. That's the main reason why it has to be us policing ourselves.
Yeah, that's why
that shit. It got to turn into, when the cops come, my man, get out of here. We got this. We good. Nah, we good. That's where it needs to be. But like Kirsten been saying all night, people are brainwashed. They think you have to comply. You ain't gotta listen to them motherfuckers. They adult. They people just like you. They just have a badge and a motherfucking gun. But when you know the law, it changes things. What the fuck?
But one thing, it's one thing to know the law, and it's another thing you don't want no problem. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all,
right.
A cop pull you over, you just gonna try to comply to what he's saying. Show me your ID.
I don't comply to nothing.
I don't have to show you my ID. I don't have to show you my ID.
No, I don't do that.
I mean,
I'm gonna show you.
If you legit,
then he gonna rip you out your car.
But let me say something too, though. Yeah, the police is to protect and to serve, but who said they was to protect and serve you? I think they're to protect and serve the law.
Oh, they don't even say that on the cars no more. They took that off the car.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. It's not.
And then when you go to court,
and serve, but who is it to protect and serve?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then when you go to court, who the judge gonna side with? You or the cop?
The cop.
It depends. It depends. If you know your shit, they ain't got no choice but to side with you. But if you go in there and don't know what you're talking about, then they gonna throw whatever they can at you.
But don't the judge supposed to know the law?
It doesn't.
The judge do know the law, but it's up to you to know the law too, and go in there with knowing certain things.
Right. Don't be dead right though. Don't be dead right. Get home safe, and then
what you mean?
No,
I mean just because
safe. Don't just
get home safe. Get home safe. Let the cop. I mean, you can't. The system isn't designed for us to win a battle or a debate with a cop in the streets. The cards are stacked against us because they can abuse it on their end and end up flipping it on us and taking us to jail or beating us and killing us.
And BT, you're right, because we just had an argument. Me and a couple guys when I was with Robert this week about the boy that got shot in Minnesota, the African dude that got killed in Minnesota, shot in the back of the head. That man was standing outside the car. I know he was complying, but he wasn't. He shouldn't have grabbed no stun gun.
Let me tell y'all something.
He had to do all that. He had to grab the man's gun.
Kirsten, hold that thought real quick. Let me say this real quick for everybody. When you get approached by a cop, the number one rule is shut up.
Right.
You don't have to say nothing. When they come up to you, I don't answer any questions.
That's it.
I don't answer. That should be the only thing you say. I don't answer any questions. Because once you do that, there's absolutely nothing they can do. And make sure you have a lawyer. One of her shirts that she got made is "Shut up, lawyer up," because that's where you benefit. If you want to, now mind you, this coming from a motherfucker who talks shit. Believe me, that's me all day. I had to learn to adjust to that shit when I get pulled over. When I get pulled over, whatever. Now, if they on some bullshit, I'm recording everything and I'm gonna take it to the next step. Here's what I don't do. I'm not kissing your motherfucking ass.
No.
That's not happening. I'm not doing all of that. I'm gonna be me. And my whole thing is I don't answer any questions. That's what you gotta understand. Just be quiet, yo. If you be quiet, that shit will carry so much fucking weight. Most cops, if you say I don't answer any questions, they're gonna walk away because they know they can't do anything. Because the objective is to get you to say something.
Right.
You just say the wrong thing, they on your motherfucking ass. My bad, Kirsten. Go ahead.
No, you good.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I agree with that because part of that is like taking the power. Like that's you owning your power. And a lot of us, the reason why we think like these things now get home safe is because of the stuff that's been put out on TV of them harming people. But what about the things that happen when cops done got killed by people too? That ain't been put on TV. But people out here done defended themselves and killed cops and done got away with it legally because you was in interfering with their personal like you was in violation with their personal things. So you gotta stop operating in fear and be fearless and really know what's happening and take your power back. Like
if you're speeding or not, if you get pulled over for nothing, for the wrong thing, and they say you're speeding, take the ticket. Take it. Don't sit there and hold court with them. That's not the place to do it because that's not going to change their mind. And then lawyer up, then fight it in court. Then that's where you hold court in court when you lawyer up.
But wait a minute, everybody. Okay, so what's the thing for not being able to lawyer up? Everybody can't lawyer up. So
that's what I was just about to say.
So what do you do then?
Oh,
everything isn't lawyer up because everybody can't lawyer up.
If you cannot, if you cannot afford one, they will appoint a lawyer to you at no cost. You know what I'm saying?
And he works for them. And he works for them.
No.
And the public defender gonna try to get you to plea out. Public defender gonna try to get you to plea out. He's gonna try to get you to plea out for a lesser charge.
Public defenders are the same as six-figure aces. They just don't have the big clientele. They're just low. Now a lot of them are overworked. You're right, there are, but in a lot of cases, public defenders take their own cases. You know what I'm saying? They take they work a load they can, but sitting there arguing with the cop on the street, it's not. You're gonna lose 99 times out of 100.
BT, you know 9 times out of 10 when the public defender come to you, he's coming to you with a plea. Oh, they say they want to offer you this. You want to take this, and you go home.
No.
Come on, man.
That's when you explain. That's when you explain to the judge that your counsel is not competent. And then they have to give you another one. They'll have to give you another one.
Yeah, but the public defender and the judge got the same employee.
Yeah, we just all need the game, fool. How we get the game? Here we go.
You gotta lawyer up. No, if you're going to jail for if you're on trial for murder, yeah, you don't want to use a public defender. But if you got like a resistant arrest or something like that, I mean, man, that's not going to be expensive. That's not going to be an expensive a case for a lawyer. There are plenty of lawyers that's out there that's sympathetic to your cause and your plight, and that will work with you.
Everybody out there, I've never used it because I didn't have to, because I know a bunch of lawyers. I know a bunch of lawyers in Jersey, and I know a bunch of lawyers down here. They always said that prepaid legal is worth it. I think it's like $25 a month or some shit.
Prepaid legal is very worth it because I have it.
See, that's so. The thing about it is, and I suggest this for everybody: learn the law. It's like a common law. I was looking for the book, but I can't find it. There's books that you can have so you can understand U.S. code and everything like that. You'll be surprised at what you can learn and what the type of information that you'll have the retention with once you get it. Because that's the whole thing. This country, it's built on that.
Facts.
It's also built for you not to know that.
Know it.
That's the other thing about it. That's the reason why, once again, like when Kirsten mentioned that shit, there's a lot of people that walk into a courtroom and they bust they ass. You will never hear about that shit. And they are not lawyers, but they understand the law. That's the reason why when you have a lot of people that come home from jail, they ain't got nothing but time in their hands. They're reading that shit. So when they come back, they know what they're talking about because they understand the law. Learn that shit. learn the Constitution. The shit carries a lot of motherfucking weight because you're gonna be able to get over with a lot of shit. And when Rob brought that shit up about the courthouse with me, when I voted, when I had that mask on my face or whatever, I was in there mad because I don't fuck with me, like leave me the fuck alone. But the one statement I kept making is, you can't make up the rules as you see fit, telling me what to put on my face. That's not how this goes. I'm following that rule. Leave me the fuck alone. You're not going to single me out. But people need to kind of take that stand. And I say that because there's always going to be people like me who do shit like that so things can progress. So they won't regret. If I just go ahead and let the motherfucker say this shit to me, everybody's going to do that. No, that's not how this goes. The rules have to apply for everybody the same. And we got to start moving like that. To be honest with you, is when I think about our people, we have to take what the fuck we want. Stop asking. Stop bowing down to this bullshit. Fuck them. Nah, it's our shit. And the fact that more people don't understand that is crazy to me. And the more we stick together, ain't nothing going down. And shit is lining up. Like, people don't understand. It's a lot of shit that's going like this. And it's moving in alignment. Kirsten know better than me. I know a little bit, but you can feel it. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, you're right about learning the law, but you also got to learn what cops can do and what they can't do. Lawful orders. Do we have to obey lawful orders? If they pull over and they say step out the car, we got to step out the car.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Hold on. Let me tell you.
You got to step out the car. You got to step out the car.
No, you don't. Especially if they ain't got jurisdiction over you.
What do you mean jurisdiction?
Kirsten. Now, you know good well you know where I grew up at, right?
Yeah, well, we grew up at.
Yeah, exactly. So the cop tell you get out the car, what you think we finna do?
But I mean, no.
Yeah, you gotta get out.
Because we didn't know. No, let me tell you something, Robert.
No, we knew better. We knew better.
We
didn't want to get beat up.
It's not those days now. We're not living in that time anymore. We have moved into y'all better research the age of Aquarius. Y'all need to research age of Aquarius, what that means. We living in the age of knowing. We are knowing things now. We have access to all this information. So it ain't no.
You're absolutely right. We know what they're gonna do when you don't get out that car. We know.
No, not if you know. Not if you know your rights and what you. Exactly. That's why we need to get the game food.
You don't have a right to sit in your car. I mean, that's not a right.
But a cop telling you to get out of your car, that is not something that he is violating your rights. Now it's up to you whether you comply with that.
That's a lawful request.
No. This is what we gotta understand how this shit goes. Just because a cop says something does not mean that it's lawful. That's the whole thing. That is a request to get out the car. When they want to deal you to get out that shit, no, they can ask you. You need. I want you to get out the car. No, I will not. Supervisor.
Call your supervisor. Yes.
Call your supervisor.
All right. That's another thing. If you just because you tell them to call supervisor, they don't have to do that. They don't have to do that.
BT, I got something to send you.
Yes, they do.
I'm gonna send you something.
Wait a minute, isn't that law? Isn't that law? If you ask for supervisor, they supposed to stop and call the supervisor.
And I was about to say, go ahead, Fool.
I think y'all talking about what they can do versus what they gonna do. It's two different things about what they can do and what they gonna do to your ass.
It's a video.
Right.
BT. It's a guy in Florida.
Right. If you refuse to get out the car, they can rip you out that car. They can break your window.
Let me tell you something.
Yes, they can.
BT, I'm gonna tell you, in Florida, this black guy got pulled over. He had 10 on his car. He had his baby in the back seat. The police pulled him over. He said, "Can we see your license registration?" He rolled the window halfway down. Gave what they wanted. They said, "Could you please step out of the car?" He said, "No, I'm not getting out of the car to your supervisor." Yeah. That video is almost an hour long, or almost an hour and a half, almost 2 hours long. That man did not get out of that car. The police surrounded his car till the supervisor came. When he got out of his car and got his son, he told the neighbors to take his son and because it was hot in the car. He got out of his car and still locked the door, and they still had dogs go around the car. He still didn't get locked up. He locked that car. They couldn't even get in that car.
Did he get out the car?
That car for drugs. He didn't have no drugs in that car. He locked that car, and they were still searching that car, walking around that car.
But he got out the car.
Let me ask you, they didn't take him to jail either. He locked.
Right. He got out the car.
He got out his car, but they couldn't search his car.
Since BT and Rob said this about cops, I'm gonna ask y'all a question. How are you supposed to present your paperwork to cops?
Now, fool, in no way will I imply that what you're saying is wrong.
No. I'm not saying
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm asking you a question. When you get pulled over and a cop says license, insurance, and registration, how are you supposed to give them your paperwork?
In that order.
Yeah, I give it to him.
I just give it to him.
Do you put it in their hands?
If he asks for it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. By law, you don't have to give them shit. You can put that shit up against the window and they can read it. You don't have to you do not have to hand them that documentation. Like, that's the whole thing. People got to understand how this shit goes.
No, fool, I think people understand that, but when you on the damn dog street and 1 o'clock in the damn morning, but you on the dog street, you on the dog street at 1 o'clock in the morning, you ain't got time to be talking about what's the right thing to do, bro. You trying to go home, man.
No, but that's
you don't want no problem.
The point is,
no, you might not go home. What do you mean you trying to go? You might not go home. You getting out the damn car. At night
I might not go home. If I'm sitting there getting smart with a cop,
that's not getting smart, because you said you're refusing to get out the car is not getting smart.
I just want this to go smooth as it can.
Can I say this?
You know what I'm saying?
And then we move on. Can we move on to the relationship?
See, y'all talking about the law. I'm talking about. See, y'all talking about the law. I'm talking about reality. It's a difference between the law and reality. It's a difference between law and black. It's a difference between what should happen and what's gonna happen.
No, right.
No.
What should happen is the white folks side, and what's gonna happen is the black folks side.
I seen white folks cuss out cops on straight. They cuss out cops and throw stuff at them, throw the pen at them, throw the clipboard at them, and nothing happens.
Let me tell y'all something.
Okay, we're gonna
I just referenced frequency earlier in this show. Your frequency, what you think, first of all is mental. What you think is gonna happen is what you gonna attract to you. So if you go into a situation fearful and not knowing and thinking this is what's gonna happen, that's most likely gonna happen because you are attracting that into your life. But once you start to be more like believe more in yourself and know who you are and know about your power, then it's less fear. You start to become fearless, and then you attract situations that work in your highest divine favor because you got so much spiritual power around you that certain things cannot affect you. Y'all might need.
Let me say this before we move on. When the cop pulled me over, he want my license and registration. I'm showing him my license and registration. I'm legit. Now he want to know where you're coming from. So now in my back of my mind, I already know where they're going. So where you going with this? You know,
but this because we've been conditioned to do this, Rob. I know coming from where we coming from, those are the conditioned questions because that has been done repeatedly. But now that we know better and know things and learning, now you put those new things where we're learning into work, and oh yeah, I know this gonna work. And when you believe in that works. I'm telling you. When you know what you're talking about and learn the law and know how to apply it, then those things start to work as well. It's because of brainwashing conditioning, because we from a certain part of how we was raised. That's how that goes. But when you learn, you grow, evolve, you attract better, you do better. Like these things are very possible. They are very possible.
Let me tell this little story real quick before we move on to the relationship question. My senior year of high school, I think it was my senior year of high school. I went to a very, very small high school. The street that I was on, it was even tight walking up the street. We walking up the street, And as we walking up the street, you know how you can get separated from your boys. So it was a car separating us. My boys went this way on the sidewalk. I went this way in the street. The cop tells me, get on the sidewalk. I'm a kid. I'm 16, 17 years old. I'm like, my man, I'm walking to the sidewalk. Let me get there. And words was exchanged. And he said something. And he was like, you acting like a real baby right now. So I grabbed my dick and I was like, you can baby these right here. Just like that. Because I've always been like this. As I'm walking up the street, this cop grabs me from behind. Another cop car comes randomly, like in a Jeep, gets out the car, slams my head up against the motherfucking back window, chip this tooth right here. So they got me at the police station. My grandmother came there, raised holy hell because they had me handcuffed to a motherfucking radiator. I'll never forget it. She came in there and went off. I ended up suing the police. By me doing that, I ended up getting a settlement. So that's what I mean about cops and discretion and shit like that and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Was I wrong for doing it the way that could I have done this shit different? Yes, but I was a kid. Like, would I do that now? Nah, I'm gonna say something, but not like that. But think about what that cop did and how they did that. And here's the other thing: when the dude grabbed me from behind with my arm, my immediate reaction was like this, because I was coming around like this, but I had enough sense to put my hand down. Because if I would have hit him, it would have been a problem. Like I was literally getting ready to hook off. But that's what I mean. Like we gotta find that balance and shit like that, and understand that cops, some of them are just pieces of shit. Because some people are just pieces of shit. It ain't got to do with the police officer aspect of it. Some of them just wrong and they dirty like that.
Yeah, like Officer Barr.
How many people here have adolescent sons that between the age of 12 and 18? Okay.
Oh, he's 12 yet. He'll be 12 in June. My son will be 12
Okay.
in June.
All right. How do you teach them to interact with the police?
Shit, about to be that game.
Yeah, I gotta get the game because honestly, I told him stories that I told him like he's seen personal things we've learned as we went along because one time like, and I'm gonna be very transparent. I'm just gonna say this one time. My children witnessed me get locked up, get put in handcuffs, and go. And so after that incident, that's when I started to teach them about certain things. But at that age, he was 6 or 7. 6. He was 6. And my baby girl was 4, 3 or 4, my middle girl. And yeah, like, so that was something that was that could have been very traumatic for them, and probably was, but I talked to them about it. I talked to them about it all the time or whatever. But yeah, I gotta get the game because I really don't know the legal things, and I'm still learning. I know certain legal things for me, but like I'm still learning. It's never.
So Kirsten, like if your son is do you teach him like if he's like at Six Flags and he gets separated from the adults that he's with, or he's lost or something goes down, do you teach him to look for a police officer or something like that?
Oh no, he don't go nowhere without me.
I understand he don't go, but he can. He's a 12-year-old. He could get separated from you or lost.
He can veer off somewhere.
Yeah, he could.
Oh no, he got his. No, you got your phone. You make sure you call me, or I'm gonna know where you at, or like I got your location.
All right.
And
yeah, all right.
Like I ain't even got into that right now. That's something I do need to be teaching him. And thank you for bringing that up because you just brought something that will be in our next couple lessons.
I sent
you sent to my messenger.
Yeah, check the message. I sent.
I don't see it in the messenger.
I sent it to the group when you put the.
Oh, you put it in the group. Send it from your personal message because I don't know how to get to all that on this.
Yeah, but at this point, I am a kind of attached parent. My children don't go nowhere without me or the other parent, or their dad, like one of their dads. So, yeah.
What about everybody? I stress that everybody definitely needs to get this game because it could honestly and truly save your life. Most people don't understand how this shit goes. They don't understand verbiage. That's the reason why lawyers are lawyers, because they understand the verbiage. They understand the language and how things need to be said and things like that. But the one constant for everybody is that, well, if you can actually post the link, but just copy the link and put it in the comments so people know the link where they can go get it.
That's the game you're talking about. Yep. Just Us Junkie Trials.
Nah, the name of the game is Trials and Triumphs, but the website is Just Us Junkie. But like I said, post the actual link.
I think
put the link on there.
Oh no, that's it.
At 13 and up, that's a perfect age.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what's about time that kids go places without adults.
Mm-hmm. Are we gonna touch on the relationship topic briefly?
We ain't got we ain't got you want to touch on it? I'm gonna try to save it next week then.
Oh God.
Y'all want to touch on it a little bit?
Yeah, we can. What's that? Go ahead.
Hold on, let me see what I did. I don't put myself on the screen.
What's the relationship about?
Hold on, let me.
Oh, I gotta hear this. Houston laughing. So it gotta be good.
Okay, the relationship question right there. Relationship question of the week. Can you take someone serious? Can you take a? I wrote that wrong. Can you take someone serious who's dating multiple people, or do it has to be exclusive for you to take them serious? You know what I'm saying? Like you dating somebody, but they dating multiple people. Can you take them serious because they're dating multiple people?
Yeah, absolutely.
If they are upfront with what they're doing, I sure can.
That's amazing.
You can take them serious?
If they're being upfront, I guess I need to say my definition of dating, and this is where I hear a lot of women, some men, but a lot of women. When you say dating is you're dating. If you have not had that conversation to say we are exclusively dating one another, we're just dating. You can't get mad about anything. But if we're talking and he's telling me that he's dating another person, yeah, I can take him serious because he's being honest about what he's doing.
Right.
Dating is dating.
I agree 1,000%. And then, but like eventually y'all are gonna have to progress to where y'all are exclusive.
If we don't progress with the other person, if we progress, because I may be dating somebody else too and progress with that other person, versus being with him and progressing with him.
So that's the point. So that's why you can't take that person serious, because
let me ask.
How could you can't take that person serious? Because of what you just said, you might be.
Okay, wait a minute. So hold it. When you said,
so why would I take you serious when you get serious with somebody else?
No, when you said take serious, I'm thinking you're talking about the honesty of that person. Can you take what they're saying as someone being serious? And I stated, if they're telling me that they're dating someone else and I'm dating him as well, yes, I can have that place to take him serious because he's telling me honestly about what he's doing.
Well, I'm assuming I'm assuming when you're dating somebody, you're dating them for it could be something that could materialize to something special. Some
it can, but a date is a date,
right? Yeah, but when you're dating somebody, you're not. What's your dating for?
Let me ask. Hold on.
To getting to know. He may have potential.
Hold on. You ain't never been in both of these situations before? Don't tell me you ain't never been in both of these situations before. I'm talking Rob. Rob, have you ever been in
both
of these situations before? Have you dated multiple people and wanted to date someone exclusively?
Well, here's the thing. Some dates are booty calls. You're not looking for that to materialize into nothing. It's just a booty call. You know why you're here. I know why I'm here. We just going through the motions. I'm treating you like a lady to get the booty. You know what I'm saying? That's a booty call. Now, when you're dating someone, in my mindset, when you're dating somebody, you're looking for somebody who you can mate with. From my understanding, you know what I'm saying? It's a difference between a booty call, a booty call date, and somebody you try to, see if they have potential to be a good mate for me, long term. You know what I'm saying? Now,
listen.
Now, if that person is dating other people, I can't get serious with that person because I don't want to put all my emotions into this person. I can't put my emotions.
But you're dating. Why you got to put all your emotions into it's a date. It's dating.
What is dating?
Dating
about?
is getting to know. Dating is getting
exactly.
to know
It's getting to know. And when you get to know people, sometimes you get emotionally involved with that person.
Okay, I can date more than one, and I've done that. I put potential. I dated more than one, and one I end up marrying because he had more potential than the other. So it's dating.
But see, now here's the thing. Now the other one, now he might think he has what it takes to be the guy. But see, now
that's why you be upfront with. That's why you be upfront with your conversations. This ain't going nowhere.
And that's my point. So why get serious with somebody you don't even know will be serious with you? How could you?
I thought the question was, can you take them serious? I thought the question was, can you take them serious?
Exactly. Can you take them serious?
Okay, so tell me what do you mean take them serious? Like, can you take them serious as being your partner, or can you take them serious as what they're saying?
Can I take you serious as being a potential mate?
Okay, I get you. I'm thinking you're talking about can you take what they say seriously?
Emotional about it because let me tell you, we all done dated multiple people.
Thank you. Please say that a little louder.
Open and honest. We all done dated multiple people at one time, and sometimes that's how you know who is for you. Dating multiple people at one time, exploring your options. It ain't always about
I'm okay with that.
for the first person. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I'm still kind of younger, but I done experienced both sides of the spectrum.
Okay, so what if you think this guy is the right one? But he don't think you're the right one.
That's where the conversation. That's where conversation comes in with what Bella was saying.
Yes.
The fact of the matter is that if you are upfront and honest about everything, then we're gonna see, and it's gonna turn into like if I'm in that situation, I'm gonna be like, look, I know that we are not together, so I know you're probably out there doing your thing. I'm just gonna keep on showing you how I feel about you, and it's either we're gonna be together or we not, and I have to accept that. That's the way that it should be, but you're putting it out there. You're not just going to be
I agree. I agree with
a sucker. And if you're a sucker,
Fu says it, and you agree basically what I said, but it's
no. I always have agreed with it. I just got to make for conversation for the show. I have to do this. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
I have to be devil's advocate.
And y'all excuse me, I'm a little high right now. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Ain't nobody mad.
Do what you gotta do, Steve. Do what you gotta do.
For the sake of the show, somebody got to drive the nail in. Somebody got to get stuff going. You know what I'm saying? Because leaving a charisma, we wouldn't never have a show leaving a charisma. You know what I'm saying?
But no, we all mature, grown people. We are all grown, mature people, and we should all know that everybody got an option, and you choose who you want to be with based off of exploring those options. That's
But let me ask you this: what about the guy? So basically, what I'm getting from y'all women, like y'all make the choice.
We do. Okay. We let y'all think y'all make it, but we do.
But see, what happened when the guy you choose don't choose you?
That's fine. First of all, you think you choose that guy. You think that's the guy you want, but spirits say no, that is not the one for you.
Kirsten, one more thing, Kirsten. What you got in that cup? What you got in that cup?
I ain't gonna tell you what I got.
Hey, you got something taking your edge off like me?
I do. I got a little something tonight.
I know you do, kids.
I was drinking water at first, but I got my other drink now. I got a little wine, a little plum wine. That's it.
Yeah, but I know it sounds like a crazy question, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like
that's it. But to be honest with you, that's not a question. That's not really a question for a mature audience. Put it like that. Like, that's that question for the younger, like a younger generation. Because once you hit a certain age,
no, ain't no such thing with age in this, man. And that's the problem. We think we think
Yeah,
everybody
it's
on
the
the same
immature
level.
people, fool. Because some people 50 years old still immature.
Oh,
Some people
hey, the folks you see on Kevin Samuel, they'll be grown ass people.
I don't even listen.
Answer that man silly questions, man.
What I'm saying is, when you frame this question the right way, when you start thinking about it,
how should I have framed it then?
No, anybody out there, whether you're a male or female, if you in this situation, as long as you are one, if you true to yourself, you know the deal. Like, wait a minute, they fucking around with other people. They're not really feeling me like that. Let me back away. Let me not emotionally invest in this anymore, because I'm gonna end up getting hurt because they're not feeling me like that. And for me, it's always just been about honesty. I'm that person that's gonna tell you every single thing from the very beginning. Ain't gonna be no game. Because with games like that, that's how shit get caught up. That's how feelings get hurt, and it's not that goddamn serious. And I've been like this my entire life.
But also, too, let me tell you something from a female perspective. Sometimes we think we want something, and then you realize, oh yeah, no, this is not for me. I thought that this is what I wanted, but no, let me back up, because this ain't what I want. And I thought I wanted to be with you, and that's where the heartbreak come in at. Like, people's heart be so broken about people who rejected them. But let me tell you, right, rejection equals protection plus redirection. That rejection is never a bad thing for me. I'm grateful to God that I have learned that. Like, you that's because it wasn't for you. That's why I rejected you. That wasn't for you. And I had to learn it, because I'm a hopeless romantic. Like, I love love. I desire to be in a very lovey-dovey, but I have that, but
a touchy-feely type thing.
Yes, I've always desired that. And it was a point in my life where I was always with somebody. Then when we broke up, then probably the next month I had me another man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you gotta learn yourself and what you want. It ain't always about somebody else pleasing you. It's about you pleasing yourself and what you want and what's the best thing for you. Like, the person who can match that for you. And like, a lot of people don't know that, and you don't start to know that until you start to truly love yourself and truly know what you want. Like, it's my heart done been broken. I ain't gonna even lie.
I'm pretty sure everybody, if you're of age, you probably been through it a time or two. You know what I'm saying? Say I've been in love a time or two.
But guess what? I ain't gonna give you no chance. I ain't one of the ones that gonna keep running back. I ain't gonna run back to you. I ain't gonna give you another chance to break my heart again. Like, that's
Yo, Rob, if you can, don't forget to post a link to the game.
Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
But yeah, that's how they go. Ladies, if your heart broke, leave that nigga alone. Go find him.
Oh yeah. Kirsten hollering that nigga.
I gotta bounce. Let me give my part and comment real quick.
Oh, this is a long link right here, man.
It don't. I really want people to understand that no matter what, and it's always been like this. All that we got is us. Literally, all that we have is us. And we have to stop depending on outsiders to solve problems for us and stop trusting those people to be our quote unquote saviors. Because the same people that you believe in and you trust in are the same ones that put you in the situation that you're in. And it's in our nature to love and be compassionate and be empathetic and everything like that. We got to learn how to turn that shit off. Because if it's not being reciprocated, we can't move like that. I'm definitely serious when I make that statement. So we have to get back to nature. We got to get back to loving us. And Kirsten says it on a lot of the shows. You got to learn how to love your damn self. Because once you learn how to love yourself, and you have to trust the people who fuck with you. I say that because in the past 2 years, you have so many families who are totally split. These were the families that were super close, loving each other, always together, everything like that. Now the same family members say, I want you to come to my house. I can't hug you. Like what? We live off of that. That's energy. This is energy. This is by nature. This is how the shit goes. So please get back to universal law and understand that love is gonna conquer all. And lastly, tomorrow on our show, we have the candidate for the U.S. Congress who's running against James Clyburn's clown ass in South Carolina. He has to go. So you want to hear from this young brother, hear what he got to say. And I'm going to do my best to link him up with Mark Baker, who's running against David Scott here in Georgia or whatever. But the old guard has to go.
So is Jermaine going to come out and vote?
Huh?
Jermaine going to vote in this election?
I don't know. Gotta ask him. But the biggest thing about it is you want to hear from this young brother. So do your best to tune in, especially if you have family in South Carolina. And just so you know, James Clyburn's district in South Carolina is the poorest district in South Carolina. And
so he's running as a Democrat, independent.
He's running as a Democrat.
What's your guest name again?
Greg Marcel. It's on the flyer. I got the flyer on my page. I got
all right.
Wait a minute, so I can tell everybody. Greg Marcel Dixon, and you spell Greg with 2 G's. The biggest thing about this is the old guard of politics needs to be broken, period. I mean, the whole system needs to be revamped and flushed out or whatever. But this could be a start, especially when it comes to our people. We have to get these people out who are not supporting us. And we're going to really go into details about that tomorrow. We really going to go into details about that tomorrow, because one thing I say for everybody out there who actually has those type of regrets, James Clyburn is the reason that Slow Biden is in office right now. The reason why we're going through a lot of the shit that we're going through, period, because of James Clyburn. James Clyburn don't do that, there's a possibility that Bernie Sanders is actually the president right now. There's a possibility that happens. But we gotta communicate, and it's also a matter of knowing your candidates. So for anybody listening, if you are Geechee, he's in your district in South Carolina. So these, like, we gotta reach this group, and we just gotta wake people up. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, and I hope I see y'all tomorrow.
All right, Pimp.
What was up with Fool? What was up with Biden, man? Turning sideways and shaking the air. He had his hand. How you gonna shake? I didn't. What was
my man? Once again, people get what they pay for.
What Biden doing? Biden turning around and shaking the air.
That's people hated Trump so much they would have put a ham sandwich in. You know what I'm saying? That's the Trump effect, man. People hated him so much.
Hated who?
Trump. That they voted for Biden, man. I don't think most folks voted for Biden. Wanted Biden.
Everybody voted against Trump. Yeah,
everybody voted against Trump. So, I hope Biden don't run again. I hope they find somebody else young and vibrant. You know what I'm saying?
He's shaking the air, man. That threw me off. If he finished his speech and turned around and said, and nobody was right there, I was like, then he tried to play. I was like, damn, all right, Biden.
Well, he expected somebody there. I'm gonna give him a look.
No. Don't even do that.
Hey, it's like somebody touch a shoulder over there. They don't stand, they touch a shoulder, and you look over there.
No, Rob ain't gonna let you do that. Nah.
All right, man. Pardon comments, y'all. Bella, you know what the pardon comments is?
You can't stand next to the president on the podium. What you
Whatever,
talking about?
man. Pardon comment. Who next?
I'll go real quick. All I'm saying is, man, move forward. Don't hold grudges. Don't dwell on the past.
Yes.
Push forward. Don't get distracted. Keep your eyes on the prize.
That's right, BT.
I love y'all. Love is stronger than hate. Love will take you a lot farther than hate. I love y'all.
Peace out, brother. Love you too.
Love you too, BT. Good night.
I love BT, boy.
Bella, you like you sleepy. You ready to go to bed? We won't let you get your pardon comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Pat.
I don't have any pardon comments.
You got something to say. You got to what's your business doing or something?
You know what? That's probably part of the reason why.
Right now. She's feeling too good right now, man.
No, that's probably the reason why. No, my truck broke down, so I'm a little pissed off about that. So, but I'm good. I'm good with that. But I will try to come on a little bit more, but during the time you're on is when I'm, getting some other things in order. So, but I'm gonna try to get on here a little bit more.
All right, since you gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? We love to have you on, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we appreciate you. You finally got on. What the problem was?
With what?
With your video.
I'm not sure because it said that you're in the show and then it stopped. And so I went to I logged off of it and went back in and it came up. So I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
I love the divine feminine energy. Come back, please.
Oh Lord.
Oh goodness.
What you all Lord for, Robert?
Oh,
right.
They gonna try to click up and the women try to click up on you, man.
No, I mean women, we are powerful. I mean, men are powerful, but women, we are powerful as well.
Y'all way powerful. Y'all way powerful. Ain't no power.
We are. We
more powerful than a woman. Y'all can stop this shit going on with Russia if you want to.
Let me tell you something. When it comes to the spiritual realm, and I'm gonna say it again because I done said it before. Women dominate the spiritual realm. So when we get that here, it aligns. Everything is in alignment.
Yeah.
Okay then. Well, I know why y'all empower. I don't know y'all seen y'all don't seen DC Cab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What Gary used to say about women.
Lord.
You remember that line he said? Women got they got half the money.
And all the
Tell me because I don't know it.
It's X-ray. We ain't gonna say it on.
Oh, okay.
Mr. T went ham on that movie.
Send it to me so I can look at it.
That's an old movie. You probably ain't born then. Kirsten.
Whatever.
No, seriously, you probably ain't born when that came out. No, DC Cab.
It was like 82, 83.
You had to ask your Uncle Joe.
Oh, I wasn't born. Yeah, I am.
And the funny thing about that is when I was able to watch that, every time the movie came on, I watched that movie. That's just how funny that movie was to me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I need to
like DC Cab is on.
You don't remember Irene
wait a
Cara,
minute. Tyrone was my dude in the movie though. Tyrone was my dude.
Yeah, I like Tyrone too. He went on to play the Nook Man in Miami Vice.
Really?
Yeah, he the Nook Man. Nigga.
You
But
said
anyway,
DC Cab.
DC Cab. Yeah, it's an old movie. It's got Mr. T in it, and Irene Cara. Some of her songs was in there. You heard of Irene Cara? Yeah, you too young.
It's all good.
Who that? All right, Bella, we appreciate you coming on.
All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night.
All right, go and enjoy the rest of your high. I mean,
okay, I'm gonna go next. It's been a great combo as always. Yeah, everybody get up on the law. I'm about to go order this game right now. We definitely need to get up on the law. I learn as I go. Every day is a learning moment for me. And every day with my I make every moment with my children a teaching moment as well. And that's very important. You have teacher, even if you're a parent or not, every child in your life, whether it's your niece, your nephew, your cousin, whatever, make sure you're constantly teaching them and teaching them the truth. Like not no bullshit, but truth. And make sure you're learning the truth as well. Also, it's very important for us to know ourselves. I say that every week. Because it's extremely important. And I'm learning myself each and every day. Have been for the past few years, and it's something new I discover about myself every day. Continuously learn yourself and you discover your power. You own your power and you use it wisely for the upliftment of all, because we can change this world. We are changing this world and things are really happening. um Also, take care of your health. Forget these masks. Take care of your health. Make sure your immune system is high. Like if your immune system is where it needs to be, you ain't gotta worry about nothing. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. I'm telling you from experience. I love all y'all. Let's continue to heal together. And I see y'all next week. Thank you. Good night.
Oh yeah, Kirsten.
Night,
Let me say this about Kirsten, man. Kirsten, you know, you came a long way. You kind of when you first came, you kind of like real shy. You were like the girl charisma. You didn't want to say
I was
nothing.
really shy. Let me tell you though, Rob. Even in person, when I meet people in person, like when me and Fu met in person for the first time, I ain't really speak to him. Like he was just talking, he was mostly talking to me.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm a very introverted person at first, but when I know someone and know their heart and I'm able to open up to you, I don't really open up to a lot of people. I really don't. And I'm grateful. And I'm grateful for this show and this platform because y'all really have helped me, really break out of that shell.
Yeah, you about ready to do your own thing now, at least about an hour. I think you do like an hour show. I'm serious though, doing what you like to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm getting to it. I just gotta figure out editing. Like I posted some videos on YouTube, but I don't know editing. Honey, my children be busting in and everything, and I don't know how to edit it out, but I'm figuring it out. I got it. Cause I got a lot to share. I need to teach the people a lot of what I learned and what I know. So it's really needed, and I'm knowing that now. But thank y'all.
I'll show you this app that I use that'll be easy for you to stream your videos while you do your talking and all that. Just let me know when you're ready to do it. You know
we need to meet up too.
We all need to hook up one time. We got to see what
time. You getting warmer and everything.
We got to see what your main situation is because I think he's the only one outside of Atlanta.
Oh,
the Atlanta area. This area. You know what I'm saying? He's in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I know BT. I know he in Texas.
Yeah.
So he be on a lot. So that's he the furthest guy out, I think. But anyway, we gonna hook up this. Ann brought it to me too. Ann brought this to me too.
Yeah,
so,
we do.
Yeah, we can go hang out somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere for y'all can get y'all drinks and all that.
I look forward to meeting all y'all in person.
Even though I have seen you in person, but we never conversed.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I've seen you a couple times in person, but we have never conversed. Like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got it.
Now I see charisma too much. You know what I'm saying? I saw him sad. We chopped it up in the street in the park.
That's what's up. That's what's up, though.
But I ain't gonna hold you though. You know what I'm saying? You go get them kids to bed. You know what I'm saying?
I am.
Get ready to homeschool them tomorrow.
Right. All right. Love y'all. Good night.
All right, I love you too. Good night. All right, black man, me and you. Once again. You finna take on your new job position and
my new
you know what I'm
venture,
saying?
man.
You ain't gonna be kicking it with your folks every week. You know what I'm saying?
God, you never know what God got in store, man. You might, you know what I mean?
God tell you better get that money, man.
Yeah, but
don't be trying to dish that job to come on the show, man. Do what you got to do.
I ain't saying that. But,
you get in where you fit in, bro.
Yeah. It's gonna be all right.
Yeah, they get in where you fit in, bro.
everything a blessing, man. I just, you know what I'm saying? I'll be back.
Yeah, I've been trying to find a replacement anyway, man.
I'm off on Fridays and Saturdays, like I said, man. So we go out or whatever. It's cool. But,
Oh, yeah, mess with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna put something together this summer, man. That ain't no mask mandates or nothing, so we can all hang out somewhere now.
Good, man. But yeah, I just want to say it was good, man. Learn your laws. Everybody stay focused. Love is greater than hate, man. Conquer, destroy the matrix, man, and just keep your eyes open. Stay well and ready. Stay heavily armed. Learn your firearms.
Oh, ain't nobody trying to stay heavily armed, man.
Well, hey, okay. That's on you. And don't forget about the Funko Pops, man. Get that 484, man.
What is a new movie coming out? They got a new movie coming out, Star Wars?
Nah, he's in the Mandalorian. And
that's in the Boba Fett movie.
Yeah, he just had his armor, and Boba Fett had to get his armor.
They get kind of like Marvel, where they all come together and then everybody branch out into their own movie. Have you seen Morbius? You seen Morbius yet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I ain't seen Morbius yet.
Man, that's a good movie. I'm not even a Marvel guy. I'm not even into that.
It flopped in the box office.
I don't care what it did in the box office.
Well, you see it in the movies, right?
I saw it. I went to the theater. Yeah, that was a good movie, bro. And I'm not even into that. I'm not even into that, bro. You know I'm not into that. You need to get you a new system or something, man.
I'll check it out. I know
that was a good movie, man.
Story.
Yeah, I think he's
crossing with Spider-Man. That's Spider-Man type.
Oh no, he's more like a bat.
I got it.
He's more like a Batman.
Yeah, he's in the Spider-Man universe, Morbius. So
a Batman type dude.
Since Fox.
Well, anyway, man, you going in and out, bro. We'll get up with you, bro. Let me get up out of here. This probably the long way up. When it's 9:21. Let me get up out of here, bro. But go check the movie out, man. It's a good movie.
Okay.
Don't worry about what the reviews. Yeah. Peace.
I'm definitely gonna see it. Peace.
All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, commenting, sharing. I love y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Y'all come holler at your boy next week, man. Y'all tell somebody about the show, man. And when y'all see me post something about the show, repost it. Say y'all check this show out. Holler at your boy, man. We trying to build it up, man. Peace out. I ain't even gonna play the music today, man. I'm tired. I know the Hawks probably losing. Man, I'm tired. I'm sleeping. Anyway, I'll holler at y'all next week. Peace out. Love y'all. And you can't do nothing about it. Out of here.